Welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show with naked truths and well-dressed lies. On David Mitchell's team tonight, a comedian whose performances have put a smile on many people's faces, if not his own. It's Jack D. And a man who's cool, he's hip, he's dench, he's amazeballs, he's OMG, he's the dog's bizzle, he's YOLO. I don't know what any of those words mean. It's Tinchy Strider. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, a comedian who describes himself as a chubby sociopath, which is strange because I've never thought of him as a sociopath. It's Ramesh Ranganathan. And the presenter of the National Lottery, where every week some lucky person wins millions of pounds, loses all their friends, breaks up with their spouse, falls out with their family, and ends up living alone in a giant house they paid too much for. It's Gabby Roslin. So we begin with round one. It's Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They have no idea what they'll be faced with, and it's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Ramesh, you're up first tonight.
When I was a teacher, whilst trying to explain a tricky concept, I accidentally locked a pupil in a cupboard.
David's team.
OK. What was the concept? Was it the concept of imprisonment?
It was a maths lesson. I was teaching the topic of probability and chance.
What's the chances of getting locked in the cupboard?
Well, that became an extra learning objective. That wasn't the main one. I was trying to get across the idea of
Narnia.
Yeah. I was trying to get them to understand how to explain the concept of probability. So the idea was that if you had, like, an alien arrive on Earth, how would you explain probability?
Which would be the first thing you'd do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, actually,
Put the laser down and let me talk to you about maths.
Yeah.
Ramesh, what age group was this?
So this is year 8, so
okay.
11, 12 years old.
So...
what happened is I needed somebody to pretend to be an alien.
OK.
So I selected a child from the class. I didn't just go out and look for one.
How did you select? Did you go for the little green one with the pointy ears?
Well, no, actually, what it was is I thought I was doing a good thing because, you know, you get some kids that are sort of... that have problems making friendships and stuff like that. And I had a kid like that in the class, so I thought I'd bring him out of himself.
You chose the kid that got bullied to be the alien. So the rest of the class can point at him and go, alien.
I mean, to be fair, I thought we were just playing a game. I didn't realise this was an Ofsted inspection. So basically what it was, I was trying to make it realistic.
OK.
So I said to him, why don't we pretend this cupboard is like a transformation chamber? You know,
right.
You go in the cupboard, you go in as a boy.
Oh, it's just getting worse, isn't it? One of my kids came home from school and described this scene. I'd be down that school like a shot.
And how surprised would you then be to see that teacher on the BBC a few years later?
In the current climate, not surprised at all.
Basically, I said to him, you're going to go into the cupboard, you're going to transform into an alien.
What was the concept again you're trying to teach the kid?
Probability.
Probability.
Yeah.
We haven't got to that bit yet. We're going to find out when he steps out.
Oh, right now we're trying to find out how to transform to an alien right now.
Well, that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to him coming out. We never get that far, do we? What am I talking about?
At the next Ofsted inspection, a small skeleton was discovered.
And they said, what are the chances of that? And they said, well, interesting, you should ask that. What were you going to do, though? That's what I want to know. If he hadn't got locked in, what were you going to do?
The idea was that he was going to come out and be the alien, and then I was going to get different kids to... I mean...
different kids to... Don't lose confidence.
So, I was going to get different kids to explain to him what probability was. So he was going to be like the dummy alien, and then like he'd be like, boo, boo, boo. And then...
Never to be bullied again.
I can't help feeling that I'm a little bit under attack here.
It's all right, because you may be lying, in which case you're off the hook. Why does it help to understand probability, to get children to explain it to an alien?
So basically, in order to get the idea that a kid understands a concept, them explaining it and that explanation being clear illustrates that they have learnt it completely.
So Romesh, you've sort of left it that he's in the cupboard. What, he got in.
Yeah.
What happened?
I realised I couldn't open the door to let him out. So I sort of started looking around for other teachers to help me. And they said, actually, the cupboard, it can be opened from the inside. The problem came when I said to him, you're going to have to come out the cupboard, just open it from the inside. And he replied, yeah, because he was being an alien.
Right.
So, that extended the problem. And he was in there for 20 minutes.
So he came out in the end, he eventually opened it, he came out and...
Well, the lesson was ruined.
What are you thinking, David?
I do know that Romesh used to be a maths teacher.
Oh, OK.
Right.
So, and that, you know, education's loss was show business's gain. There were so many gaps in the story, I just...
Yeah, the story wasn't really adding up, right? For a maths teacher,
I like
We think it's a lie, do we?
I think it might be.
It's a lie for all of you. OK. Romesh, truth or lie?
The story is true.
It's true. Romesh did accidentally lock one of his pupils in a cupboard. Tinchy, you're next.
Sometimes I pretend to have broken something in my house so that when a man comes round to fix it, I can play him at ping pong.
So hang on, just to be clear, what you're saying is you sometimes pretend that there's something broken in your house to get an handyman round so you can what?
So we can play ping pong.
But why did you get a strange man round to play ping pong?
It's not really a strange man. He's a neighbour, but he's like a handyman. When, like, sometimes, you know, I want to play ping pong, I'll tell him something's
Why
broke.
can't you just tell him you want to play ping pong?
Because, I don't know, I just...
Are you telling me the relationship with your neighbour is so bad that the only way you can get him to come round to your house is by pretending something's broken at your place?
No, it's not that bad. He likes ping pong.
What's he called?
What's he called?
I don't know, I've never met him.
What's he called? Handyman. You could call him Handyman.
But you know, but what's his real name when
What's his
when
real
he's
name?
not
His real name's
handyman?
Paul.
Paul, the handyman.
Paul, yeah, Handyman Paul, really, not
And
Paul
how
the
long have you
handyman.
known Paul for?
I've been living there for maybe the past 3-4 years, so
And
yeah, that long.
how many times has he played ping pong with you in that?
Oh, loads of times. Always something wrong in my house.
So you might say, what might be broken, for example?
For example, I might say, OK, the light's off in, like, the conservatory or something, and then...
Conservatory? Oh, you're very grime, aren't you? And, so you put all your hip-hop money into a conservatory, and... so how would you go from the lights broken in the conservatory to... Do you want to get him a table tennis?
Because when he comes round and then, say, for example, sometimes it's not broken, I say, oh, I fixed it as he gets there, and I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, let's pop in for a quick ping-pong game, man.
David, do you play table tennis?
I do, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Are you good?
And I'm all right.
OK.
But can you fix a light switch? Otherwise, you've got no chance of playing it.
Absolutely not. No.
So how do you serve, David? Do you serve like that, like that?
David
or
always
like
gets somebody
that?
to serve him.
Potentially, I'd really like to sort of to get an idea of how you move the conversation to ping pong. So let's say you've broken your TV. So how would it go?
I'll be Paul the handyman.
Hello.
Oh, I haven't opened the door yet. Is it sticking? I can fix that. actually, no, I can't, because we're going to have to play table tennis again, aren't we? I know how this goes.
When someone knocks your door, like, knock, knock, I say, who is it? I don't open and say, who is it?
OK.
Who is it?
Paul, the handyman, you phoned me about 3 minutes ago about your television. Who do you think?
Oh, hello, Paul. Yeah. Open the door, you're in. What's up?
What's up? You tell me, it's your telly.
That's
I
what
want to see what is happening, dude.
Your relationship with him is very sarcastic.
You try being his ping-pong mate, you start getting sarcastic.
How do you introduce ping-pong?
I say, oh, yeah, do you want a drink? And then he'll be like, I'm all right. And I'm like, do you want a game? Kind of simple.
And you give him the special drink and he wakes up in the table tennis.
It's like...
Now, answer me this. What is he wearing?
What's he wearing?
When he wakes up.
When he wakes up?
Have you dressed him as a professional table tennis player?
No.
He's strapped into a mannequin. I'm sick of this!
So what are you thinking, Lee? Is this looking plausible?
Gabby.
I think it's true because he doesn't want to be too upfront with Paul, the handyman, so he invites him round to fix...
Handyman Paul.
Sorry, handyman Paul. With handyman Paul for ping-pong. Ping-pong Paul.
Even that name is better. Ping-pong Paul.
Ping-pong Paul.
So what are we thinking?
I think it's a lie.
So Romesh says it's a lie.
Yeah.
I think it's true.
Gabby says it's true.
Difficult
It's got to be a
decision.
lie.
It's a lie. OK, Tinchy, truth or lie?
Everything I was saying was all true.
Yes, it's true. Tinchy does like to play ping-pong with the man that comes round to fix things in his house. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Georgia. So, let's start with Gabby. What is Georgia to you?
This is Georgia, and when she fell down a manhole, I was unable to help her because I couldn't stop laughing.
Right, so, Romesh, how do you know Georgia?
This is Georgia. I have an irrational fear of sock puppets, and last year I had to leave a children's party when she put one on.
Right. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Georgia?
This is Georgia. After spending a weekend at her hotel, I drove home only to find her cat asleep in the boot of my car.
So there we have it. Gabby's mate in a manhole, Romesh's sock scarer, or Lee's lost cat lady. David's team, where do you want to start?
So, Gabby, what were the circumstances of George's accident?
We had been shopping.
To your friends?
Yes.
How do you know each other?
She used to be my next-door neighbour.
So how old were you when this happened, the manhole incident?
About 13.
And describe the mishap, if you can keep a straight face.
We'd been shopping, and the bus was coming, and I said, run for the bus, and then I heard a scream, and suddenly I realised that she'd fallen down a manhole.
You see, that to me, that would have really hurt.
I think if you're running, you don't fall vertically down a small opening.
Well,
not
she's
in
only
real
little.
life. She's still able to run with a big enough stride to not fall directly down a manhole.
But what if you had, like, a Titchy Strider doing it?
So, she got out, and what was the extent of her injuries?
How bad is this story? She only started walking 6 months ago.
She had a very bad...
Chin.
Oh, chin. She'd broken her fall with her chin.
She wasn't even touching the floor. She was just resting her chin. So you go, what's up? I can't speak because I'm full.
The key question now is what Jack alluded to, is that if you're running along, you've got forward momentum.
Yes.
And only one foot will be where the manhole is,
Yeah, but
not
that
both
tallies with what she's saying, because one foot will go in, you go forward, and chin.
No, it's not very. They're not very wide manholes. Because manholes are about, you know, only, you know. To go down it like that, you'd have to be aiming for it, wouldn't you? You'd have to be doing run, jump, legs together. Right, Ramesh, you have a fear of sock puppets.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
OK, I believe you. Why?
It's this. I find that like a snake.
At any point, they can just turn towards you.
Yeah. You know, it's the unpredictability of it. You know, like, it's not fun.
No.
You know, they've got the sock puppet there, then you're sitting down, they go, oh, that's not funny, that's terrifying. It's horrible.
And what was the occasion with Georgia? What?
Well, I don't actually know Georgia that well. What happened was that I was going to a kid's birthday party with my children.
OK.
And the problem that we have is that our oldest child is very, you know, sort of chilled out and he just has a nice time. The second one is, well, he's not. And so we arrived at the party and just sort of his behaviour was unacceptable. He was shoving kids and it was sort of getting pretty embarrassing and we were trying to control it. And so basically she saw that there was an emergency situation. I sort of wandered over and she was reaching into her pocket to pull out what I hoped was a gun. But it turned out to be the sock puppet. And she put the sock puppet on and then, here he comes again, hello.
You say it's unpredictable. It's not unpredictable.
Yeah,
so
but you don't know
you know
what the puppeteer might do, what they might think is
Well,
funny.
they're either going to do that or that.
Yeah.
No, but they can do that.
Yeah,
attack.
But it's not the sock is not what enables them to do that. In many ways, any human might suddenly do that to you.
No, I'm not.
That's the risk we live with whenever we interact.
I'm not.
Is that what you're thinking when you're chatting? Look at that strange look you give me when we're having a drink afterwards and you've got that constant...
I always think with you, give it a couple of yards, so if you suddenly do that, then get away.
So how did you react, Ramesh?
I just sort of grabbed my son and I went, I'll get him, I'll sort him out, don't worry, thank you, and just tried to not look. And then I just sort of ran out of the party into the back garden.
Right. She's not going to come after you with the sock.
No, if she'd have come out to the garden with, like this,
Yeah.
I would have just knocked her out. Like this.
So, Lee, cat in car post hotel, I've written down.
That's her name, yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of cat was it, Lee?
Oh, it's a black one.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of hotel?
Red.
What kind of car?
Blue.
He was there for the weekend.
I'd taken my wife away for a weekend in a boutique hotel in the New Forest. The Old Forest wasn't doing it for me.
Right. Had you got home when you discovered the cat?
Yes, I'd got home and I opened up the boot to let the wife out. No. I'd opened up the boot to get the luggage out.
And there was a flattened cat.
No. What had happened is I opened up the boot of the car. I'd gone into the hotel because I put my bag in, but my wife was chatting away to someone. I was trying to get her away. I said, come on, we should probably drift off now. That's when the cat had jumped in.
And you drove back home.
Drove back home.
No incident, no sound of purring or yowling that you couldn't attribute to your wife.
Yeah, no, I just... they're a bit rude, David. And shame, mate, let yourself down. Still doing all that old-school comedy, I think. And we hadn't heard anything. We had the radio playing quite loudly, and we all know that the sound of Spandau Ballet is a lot louder than...
And you remembered when you saw the cat in the car, that's the cat from the hotel?
Yeah, I mean, a jet black cat in a hotel. You don't see a lot of cats in hotels anyway, do you?
No, you don't anymore, because you take them home in your car. Did you just drive them straight back?
I immediately rang the hotel and said the bacon was a bit burnt, but whatever. I've got your cat. And she said, Bob, hey, all right, next time I won't cook it so much. I went, no, it's not a threat, I'm just letting you know I've got your cat. That was just an aside. I'm not going to start sending you, like, an ear and then a paw. I mean, you're getting the cat back. Well, eventually.
OK.
But no, so I said, you know, why don't we meet halfway? We'll meet at a service station and I will give you the cat.
So, David's team, we need an answer. Is Georgia Gabby's mate in a manhole, Ramesh's sock scarer, or Lee's lost cat lady?
Any initial instincts?
Feels like none of them know Georgia.
I'm not buying it about the sock puppets, although it is definitely possible.
The problem that we have here is that not all of you are telling the truth.
That is true.
I think Gabby knows, Georgia. That's my instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going manhole?
Yeah.
Manhole?
Let's
Manhole?
call her Gabby.
Gabby, please.
Far ruder than I ever intended to do. I'm so sorry. That was just... If I thought that through, I would never have said that.
So, we're saying that it's Gabby.
Gabby
It's
who's
the
telling the
manhole.
truth,
OK,
yeah.
Georgia, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Georgia. I'm friends with Gabby, and I fell down the manhole.
Yes, Georgia is Gabby's fallen friend. Thank you very much, Georgia. Thank you. Which brings us to our final round, quick-fire lies. And we start with... It's Jack.
I had to reprimand my builder after I came home early one day and caught him eating donuts in the bath.
Please, team.
How did you reprimand him?
I said, what do you think you're playing at? What's going on?
Were they the ones with jam in the middle or the rings?
What, the donuts or the bath?
The donut.
Well, they're a popular brand. They were Krispy Kreme. Other brands are available, but that's what he was eating.
What did he say when you said, what the hell are you playing at?
He said, oh, so I didn't know you were coming home. In mitigation, the bath wasn't filled with water. It actually wasn't even plumbed in yet, but he was lying in it and just taking a bit of a break, having some donuts, having my donuts.
Did you offer him biscuits and donuts beforehand, before you left that day?
Certainly not, no. Because I wanted him to plumb the bath in. And lay on a load of confectionery, he's not going to get on with the work. But anyway, he helped himself anyway. What upset me is he'd gone into the kitchen and helped himself to the...
Are they yours? They
to
hadn't
the
been brought
donuts.
in.
No, they were mine. That's exactly
How many
right.
donuts were there?
We bought 36 because...
What are you doing with 36 donuts?
Well, because we were expecting friends around because it's a new house.
And you were having this housewarming, curiously, before the bathroom had been finished.
Yes, I'm concerned about your plumbing.
Yeah, well, you know, the builder...
The first time a woman said that to Jack.
The builder... The loo was done. In fact, one of them wasn't done, but yes.
I'm obsessed with the boldness of taking a whole box to the bathroom, more so than getting in the bath.
Yeah.
I don't care where he's sat.
I agree.
How far would he?
You don't care if a builder was in your house and sat in your empty bath?
Not only after it's been plumbed in does that bother me.
Oh, so an empty bath that's not plumbed in, you don't mind anybody sitting in your empty bath?
Could wee in it for all I care. It's empty. It's not plumbed in. Can I just say, if you're thinking of breaking into my house, that was a joke. Do not urinate in my bath.
I must say I agree with Lee. I think an unplumbed bath is still the builder's province.
Yeah.
Once it's plumbed in, they've signed off on it. Then it's yours. It's your place of washing. Before then, who knows?
So anybody can go and sit in an unplumbed bath? Not
No, not
anybody.
anyone.
No, it's-
No, a qualified builder slash donut eater.
Okay, hold on.
I want to know if the party still happened, though.
Everyone arrived, didn't they? They didn't know this had happened.
Was this a showbiz event? Because I don't remember getting the invite.
Yeah. Are you in showbiz, are you, Lee?
All right. Come on. There's no need for that, Jack. Lee, what are you thinking?
I don't know, Ramesh, what do you think?
I find your idea of serving donuts at a party unacceptable.
That is unacceptable.
And if I turn up to a party expecting donuts and then they said there are no donuts, you know what I'd say? Well, at least can I just have a hot bath? And you can't even offer that.
I think it's a lie. Gabby?
Must be lying.
Both say it's a lie. I'll go with my team and say it's a
All
lie.
right, you're saying it's a lie. Jack, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Jack didn't catch his builder eating donuts in the bath. Next. It's Gabby.
If I'm ever worried about something silly, I write it on a sheet of loo roll, eat it, and the worry goes away.
David's team.
Right, but only if you're worried about something silly.
Well, it's those little things. You know, there's things that just bug you and you can't get out of your mind.
No. What sort of silly worry, then?
You know when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's those little things. Did I close the cat flap, or did I put the rubbish out, or...
That's up to the cat.
Did I turn the lights off? All of those. The little silly things. So then I go to the bathroom and I write it down.
It's not quicker just to check whether you've turned the lights off.
No, because the bathroom's closed than going all the way downstairs.
Is it an ensuite,
Got
Gabby?
ensuite.
No, it's not.
Tingy's off again. Is it en suite? Mine is. I didn't put in at the same time as the conservatory.
And the ping pong room.
There's a lot of money in grime, I'll have you know.
So it's like it's silly, domestic.
Oh, it's just
have I locked the
silly
back door?
things.
That sort of thing.
When the kids go swimming at school I
Yes.
sometimes worry that their swim kit isn't ready.
What happens if you wake up in the night and worry about all the loo roll you've been eating?
So what do you do when you got bigger worries?
Then I don't write it on the loo roll.
Oh, what do you write it on? What do you
Kitchen
eat?
roll.
No, that...
Kitchen
So, OK, let's say you're worried about swim. Swim. You write swim on a
Yeah.
bit of loo roll, and then is that a whole piece?
Yeah, but just one section, not the
Just
whole
it's a
roll.
lot. It's not a lot of loo roll, but it's a lot to eat.
No, they're only little.
But they're not food.
It's paper.
I mean, this is only little, but I don't fancy my chances of getting it down me. It's not like a sandwich.
No, but I don't want a sandwich in the middle of the night.
But just a delicious... just a delicious piece of loo roll with a slight flavour of ink.
What was the first worry that led you to go around loo roll and eat the loo roll?
Yeah.
Do you know, it was probably when I was young. I think I was worried about doing my exams and things like that. So I put the subject that I was worried about and I just chewed it up and it went away. The worry went away.
Yeah. Did you do well in the exam?
No.
Okay.
We know that was the worry, but what all the rational people here are still wondering is, OK, I'm worried, but why am I writing on toilet paper and then eating it?
Because I wanted to go and sit in the light and the bathroom light is on.
Good, fine, yes.
And I needed a wee.
Right.
But what's the logic?
Because I thought that people say that if you write things down, it takes the worry away.
Yeah,
Well,
not
they don't
supposed to
say if
write
you
it
write
down.
it down and eat it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think...
I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how else to get rid of the loo paper.
OK, so it's...
Well, you're on the toilet! So what do you think?
I'm on the last side.
I'm thinking it's a lie.
I think we think it's a lie.
OK, conclusively, a lie. Gabby, truth or lie?
It's actually a lie.
And that noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show, and I can reveal that David's team have won by 3 points to 2. But it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week this week is Tinchy Strider. And Tinchy's invited us now to hang with his crew and get on the decks. So thank you, Tinchy. I love a regatta. Good night.